here we go. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Part 19-ish. I didn't realize I got like this part 3.5 business going on in the early part of the playthrough, but to be fair, that was before I did the sensible thing. Last time, we did a bunch of things actually. We did Full March. Hooray! We also started investigating more stuff about the Ashians. We got tortured by a white-robed one by the name of Elidibus, and the Domans have arrived, threatening to do things very Stormbloody at us. Anyways, speaking to Hosen in Yagiri's game, that's the main quest, as we're carrying that on. I've actually looked up exactly at what point we'd get stopped if we don't do Crystal Tower now. So hey, I know exactly how far we can get through. Anyway, Hosen! Greetings! Alphinaud informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I'm honoured to meet you, though ashamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. Yeah, fair enough, but I'm here to help. I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I too have some skills at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. No, I'm feeling a bit... Is this potential racism just because I'm part cat? Ugh. Well, that's not very nice of Nya. No, anyway. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son, Yozen. He can tell you more. Alright. So, Yozon. Yozon. And of course, they must obviously be another relative called Dozon. I don't know, that just sounds cool. Dozon. Do not try that, actually. Hello there, I'm Yozon, son of Hosen. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? I heard we're travelling by horse-bird-drawn carriage. The name is Chocobo. But don't you think they're queer? Now, Yozon, I don't know how they do it in Doma, but here in Eorzea we respect the way people like to live their life. We can question poor decision making all we want, but let's not get all bigoted here. Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but what's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help though. We were just finishing a game of hide and seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since Lady Giri told us to take it really seriously, oh no, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Through the power of Minimap, we can tell that they're somewhere here in Vesper Bay. That's not as helpful as it might sound, actually. First things first, let's check on a roof. Since this is level 50, no, not up here. Okay. Aha! I was going to say, well, let's check down these back alleys, see if anyone's hiding there first, and we found one. Hey, you're not Yozon. Who are you? I'm Koharu. What's right? I didn't know anyone else was. Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, aren't you? Nay? No, scions! Scions! Then you must know Lady Giri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek too. Oh wait, it's almost time to go. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you too, small child. That obviously needs to work a bit on knowing what things are. Okay, I see the marker there, so that's at least one of them. We'll take a look around. Are you playing? No fair. Yozon didn't say anything about adults. Huh? We get to ride a horse-bird carriage? I don't know. Sounds scary. But if Yozon says it's safe, I'll go. Good. Good. We don't have to try and get children to behave. None of them are hiding around the wall. Okay, good. I would class that as cheating. Anyone behind this alley? Nope. Oh, there they are. I knew someone would want to hide on a roof. How do you find me? Bah! Guess I need to practice more. Or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Garlands didn't find me. That is true. That is true. And I'm good at finding Garlands and murdering them, so yeah. Maybe there is a silver lining to it all. Ozon! I've done it. I've gathered the children. Wonderful! All the children are counted. Hide and seek. I see that you are curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Giri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garlands found us. Sensible. Fair enough. Should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Indeed, and I will happily take that ring of healing and put it on myself. Better gear. We love to see it. Why we adventure? The next quest in the content. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn father Home, really not Hosen? Actually no, something like Mosen or something like that. We'll be travelling in the lead carriage together with young Kaharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Oldar is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you're ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Aye, fair enough. I did say last time I was going to check this quest out, and I just never did. What is this quest? What does this lead to? Trauma Queen. Heard we're in the same trade. When better shape than me, though. Miss up at the Wanderer's Palace nearly did me. Oh, this is Wanderer's Palace. But boy, was it worth it. Calamity drained near half the water from Bronze Lake. There it was, an ancient temple of Oshon. Why it's called a palace? Then, beats me. I just went looking for the treasure, me and my fella. It was like a dream. That's what it was like. The water hadn't done a thing. There was gold-framed mirrors bright as the moon. We gazed upon ourselves, draped in chains of pearl, dancing on the floor of marble and malachite, like a king and queen, me and my fella. A daring do adventurer like yourself wouldn't say no to a chance like that, now would ye? Tell you what, go down to the docks west of Camp Bronze Lake and talk to Abazi Chawazi. Used to be a boon companion of mine. He'll ferry you to the palace. Okay, so that's Wanderer's Palace. You know what? Fine, it's fine to pick up. We've got multiple things to do. Also, I do know the point where the game will be like, you've got to actually do like the first couple of primals that have hard versions. So, you know, worthwhile examination of stuff. Eager to be off, are ye? Aye, well I was meaning to have a word about ye about that. One from the Blade says we might have a problem. Fierce looking beastie's been sighted south of the bridge to Himalaya. Might be as someone eyes are playing tricks on them of course, but they don't pay to gamble in this business. Now I know you can handle yourself in the fight, but this lot here's another story, so I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around, make sure the area is safe like. And if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way is clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the road's there safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own. Assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. And we can even talk to the children right now that are looking at the chocobo. Aww, it's just so fluffy! Grandfather is so lucky. These horse birds smell terrible. Ugh, well, there probably is some amount of chocobo shit somewhere around. Maybe they haven't had a wash yet. In which case, the carriage drivers really need to do a better job. And chocobos are adorable. Part of me wants to make. Part of me just wants to make a proper bird deck in Magic, just so I can use the chocobo cards in them, because they're birds. So, and it looks like one of the chocobo cards is actually a really good card for birds in general, which is great news. That's great because that means a bird deck is actually, you know, fun. Well, could be fun, could be horrible. And every time I think about like making a proper commander deck that isn't a precon, I then get that rush of, what if Borrelode Savage Dragon? You know, a card in Yu-Gi-Oh! I really wanted, but never could get, and now it's banned. You know? Ah! It's a wandering eye! But yeah, just a random level 50 beastie. That's not a good... Well, no, well, nonetheless, we just lob stones in its eyeball. Can't really wander around that much. Well, maybe, well, then again, it would be a blinding eye. Well, no, that sounds like it would give us the blinding status. I'll need to think this one as we've murdered it. Right. And backwards we go. Although now they should be in the vicinity of Horizon. In fact, they've just gone past the gate. Huzzah! And again, the children. The children. The children are here still. Right. They have wings, so does that mean they can fly? Does that mean we can fly if we want one? Ah, Koharu. Well, the answer is quite simple actually. All you have to do is do stuff that would give you access to flying. Like Praetorium. Have fun. What do you think would win in a race? A horse or a horse bird? I mean, I have a unicorn. Does that count as a horse? If so, well, I'm faster because I'm better. But anyway, going to the coachman. So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh? Ha ha! Yes, we do a good job at exterminating random enemies that shouldn't be in the local vicinity. But this is lovely. Well fought, sir. Well fought. Ah, if only I was in bare health. I should have been proud to stand at your side. Brendan, my son, no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Humph. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. Yes. Sure. Now, Stormblood is level 60 to 70 content. We are meant to be about level 50 at this point in time, based off of Realm Reborn. So in a gameplay sense, no. Storyline wise, probably still no, because obviously we have yet to have done the Heavensward stuff, so by that logic we wouldn't be strong enough for the stuff in Doma still. But anyways, who knows how different it would have been. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yukiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life. All this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind father, to she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, brick laying, it matters not. Reverence toll will grow and prosper by our hands. It's a good way of thinking about it, actually. And the children past the adults. Your gads, children, no, my one weakness. Hey, Mr. Chris, Kaharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. Okay, so the usual sort of answers people may give: gain power, win glory, and massive fortune. But you can also say to go whither the wild rose blooms. I'm going to go with that one, just for the fun of it. Gotta promote the Scion somehow. So, you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything, but don't they grow in a lot of places? It's my turn now. Excuse me, Mr. Chris, I've got a question. What's Reverend's Toll like? Is it pretty? Ooh, there's several we can go for. We can say it's a bustling outpost, frequented by countless adventurers. Sensible answer. It's a bastion of civilization in a harsh and unforgiving wilderness. Relatable, I would assume by the Domans. It is home to the Silence of the Seventh Dawn. We gotta do our promotion somehow. Or we could also just point out, yeah, it's a stone throw from an Imperial Castrum. I may have gone in there once or twice. Again, not really the thing we should be saying. This time I'll say that it's a bastion of civilization and half an unforgiving wilderness. The illusion of choice though, because there's not really a point to this. So, there are lots of rocks and things. Sounds a bit scary, but you'll be there too, won't you? Yeah, I'll be there at points. Enough Kaharu, it's my turn again. Mr. Chris, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Oh, well, you see, you have to eat your vitamins, say your prayers, have a lot of politicking, fuck the boss's daughter. I don't know, I'm thinking of stupid ways people have gained power in WWE now. Well, what we can actually say, in the game at least, seek out new experiences and adventures. Oh, that's a way to get power. Fight ferocious beasts. Train every day. Steroid abuse is not a joke. And of course we could also just buy weapons and armor from Arena. We've been buying that stuff from her. We've kind of just got handed it all the time. I'm just going to say fight ferocious beasts. It's nice to see some more comedic answers in amongst it all. It meant that the writers definitely had a bit more fun with this. Like that thing you fought earlier, you mean? White? Yeah, like that. Oh, I know why. That's enough questions for Mr. Chris. That's not fair. Why does Yosen get asked 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Who knows, actually? Really? And I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Chris. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. New generation of adventurers already. It's lovely to see. When we get to Weaven's Toll, let's make an adventurous guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Chris and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Chris and Lady Yugiri. We'll talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? Well, I mean, since we're probably heading in the same direction anyway, because Weaven's Toll and all that. I'm going to sit back and relax for a moment. Lovely. Part of my hair makes me a bit off. But yeah, we're in a carriage for once. This takes us back, doesn't it? Although, there's a lot less moogles. Alpha knowing how I say, just sleeping like teenagers do. I wish I could sleep when motion sickness occurs. Oh yeah, then again, some of these carriages are only going up to Oldar, so yep, we make it up to here, and now we've got go to the quicksand, which is back in Vesper Bay. We might as well just fly there when it's not too much hassle. Ooh. I say that, but there's no marker there. Oh yeah, no, the quicksand, that's... Oh! Okay, right. My bad. Quicksand is not the waking sands. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Alright. How do I... Then again, they've both got sand in the name. Well, I'm busy being an idiot. Something's being noisy out there. On our way to the quicksand, where we get to talk to Elf and know some more. That is really what a lot of this patch content ends up being sometimes. Just, hey, go talk to people. I've done it. I've talked to person. Hey, Gad, it's a thing that needs you to find 7 other twats to go and do a thing with. Here's Alphino and Yagiri. Perfect. Chris, I take it the first group has arrived. Excellent. Is there aught else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yagiri should travel to Weaven's Toll forthwith. I'll go necklaces slaying. Why not, you know? All due respect, I need to punch someone in the face. Someone point me in a direction. It is past time Lady Yagiri met with the guild representatives in Weaven's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Farrowland, which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slathborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce you Lady Yagiri to Filia and the guild emissary. Both meeting goes well, then the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead of that which is to come. Safe travels, Chris. Indeed. Come on, Yagiri, let's go. Ready to depart your earliest convenience. But say the word and we shall follow. Right. Onwards to Mordona. This patch starts off with all this stuff, but it moves after a bit to Leviathan, hence the thumbnail. Oh, we've got a purpley mist effect going on at the moment. Interesting. Sluffborn. I wonder how long it will be before I will no longer have to say that name. I'll be ashamed, because I like saying the word. Sluffborn. Sounds fun to say. This must be the esteemed Lady Yagiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends, and bid you welcome to the toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, waste and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slathborn. You may rest assured that we shall carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me Master either. We are both frontier hands, as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slathborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Well, I've seen harder stretches for crack ships. I guess have yet to meet the antecedents. 7 hells, Chris! Why are you wasting time with me? See them to the Rising Stones! But of course, it's good to introduce them to people that they'll be working with, Southbourne. That's all, with all due respect. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. I shall join you at the Rising Stones anon. Onwards! So, fun fact with, like, seeing this room full of hard dungeons. They were staggered in terms of release. Like, the first couple were... I've got the tab. I've got the tab right here on browsers. Assuming it wants to work, damn it. It's taking its time. But the various patches would actually contain different ones. This is just various other things. Right, patch 2.0. For example, patch 2.1 was what gave us Thorn March as a trial, as part of the story, but then there were a bunch of other things that weren't needed, like the Well Reborn ones, the extreme versions of some of the primals, Sylphs and Amalja, Beast Tribe quests, also Labyrinth of the Agents, just that part, not anything else in that part, but it should be... yeah, pardon me. Here it is. Cobberbell Mines Hard and Hawkeye Manor Hard. So those were the first two. Also, Vara Sirius is a thing, and all that. This is also when they added the Duty Roulette and the Aesthetician and Vote Dismiss functionality for Duty Finder groups. We can actually click on 1x on like this wiki page and it'll just tell you like, yeah, this was what Final Fantasy XIV was beforehand. And there's not much. There were imported characters that got a few things out of it. So, that's a thing. But there's not really much more to really say about it. For obvious reasons. Also, fun fact, of course, is Rogue was introduced at a later point. It was like patch 2.3, 2.4-ish. So it's like, yeah, Rogue. Not a thing up until that point. The Rising Stones. As you can see, things have changed. Pavimo went Colton at a table. Tataru's now sat here. Wonder what herbs and spices they use in Doma. Maybe there's something I could add to my special tonic. Hallway Boulder's conversating with Flimlin. Yeda's on her own for once. Thancred and Ystola, of course, busy doing their thing from earlier. Some of the youths these days fail to understand why it's incumbent on everyone to help those in need. That's why it's so wonderful when young men like Hallway Boulder rise to the occasion. Alright, Hallway, be careful. I don't want to see you tear your arm muscle trying to carry heavy objects a whole bunch. Alright? Don't do my mistakes. This his armpit smells like sweat. Anyway, which should be expected. It'd be more funnier if it was rather sweet. Well. I kinda ruined the joke, but as per usual, hey, I think there's a reason why I don't refer to myself as a comedian of any kind. The Solar. Hello, Minfilia. I would like to welcome you, my guests. 'Tis no use. No use in what, may I ask? Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to meet with failure. Yoanjay has explored other avenues in Kree, but they too have yielded naught. Oh, that is rather concerning. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fare the Domans? I'm given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Oh, indeed we were. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unsolved. Well, I should not blame you if you did. Nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Can't wait for this to bite us in the arse. Lady Agiri is here. Please, show her in. I should very much like to meet her. Planning short of now having met. We can assume things are going rather swimmingly. Ah, there we go. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Wyvern's toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. Lovely stuff. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antidescent. Alas, we must take our leave as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slathborn. Lady Agiri, Quest, Emissary, don't even deserve a name. How unfortunate. Someone wanted to play a practical joke on me, so I may have undercooked fish the other day at like 4 in the morning. Terrible job. I think I've talked about it on stream. So someone had the brilliant idea to buy me more fish. I'm going to undercook it again, aren't I? Or maybe worse, I'll overcook it and it'll be burnt to a crisp. Well, anywho. Larmin and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival. Though I must admit that I am still troubled by the matter of the missing crystals. I wonder who stole them, and I wonder what they be summoning. The thumbnail may spoil that a little bit. Shitola should be returning anon with a report from the field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon arrival. Yeah, I guess I could stand around for a moment, twiddle me thumbs, that sort of thing. Frankrid's here. I don't know when he showed up. But, obviously, we need to wait for Ishtola. Who's here right now? Welcome back, Ishtola.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Oh, Fankrid.
Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
Damn Sahagin.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual. Summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have.
Yes, Fankrid, I get it. I need to go and do Ifrit hard at some point.
Too reports not out of the ordinary.
Fair.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja.
However,
Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear.
we're screwed.
Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions.
No,
It is
I'm
only a
realising
matter
that
of
the game
time
might
before
be quiet
Leviathan
than it
returns
should
to
be.
harrow the seas.
Well, that's not good at all in the slightest, Leviathan
But
and all that.
there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
What might that remind us of? And Mephidia's getting the migraine, and god damn it, so are we, damn it. Why do we have to share the migraines? Oh, damn Echo.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective.
Previously, inside of the Sahagin area of the Nausea, that
There is
you
the
know,
explanation.
pain and misery can only occur there. An Aetherite, people praying to it, yeah, all signs to trying to get a primer going.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise mid-surging wave to wash away the Finlith one.
Foolish sahagin, didn't you know we've all developed skills? Now we can breathe under the water. Ha 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 ha. No, that's not.
I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Well,
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
all the questions to be pondered. Not for now. Although this gives us more insight at the very least.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not?
Yep, we did.
Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this.
Damn it!
But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again.
That's more pressing matters
The
than
Admiral
questioning
has
whether or
already
not
requested that we
Elidibus' power
intervene
to summon
prevent this.
to cause the
Failing
echo
it,
to
we are
occur.
to attend to the Primal's
Seeing as
extermination.
that's meant to be a Highland thing.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa.
Talimza, hooray!
I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
Yeah, that's actually a good point, actually.
I am
But something
aware
bad
of the
happens.
risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes.
Alright, fair enough.
The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
You know what? Fair enough. Actually, Thancred has the right
Your
words
company
for this.
is ever welcome, Thancred.
Good. Obviously, we'll have to go with as
I
well.
take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A primal?
A godlike being whose
We have
very
a lot of things
existence
to
is a
teach you
bane
about
upon the
Yugiri.
land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
Yeah, although it's usually an endless cycle of they summon the primal, then we kill it, and then they'll go about summoning it again, but...
Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
That is useful. Thank you, Yugiri.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a Primal, one can never have too many able allies.
Ystara speaks true.
If you crave a more intimate
allies means, hey,
understanding
maybe
of
more of a
problems
beatdown of the
facing
enemy.
Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Sadly, there is no instance of being able to do an 8-player shenanigan with various scions. At least not during Realm Reborn, at the very least. Maybe there is something in, like, middle of Shadowbringers that I'm unaware of. But hey, you know. Anyways, Minfilia has the next quest to see Wisers, as we need to head off to Limsa. Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, may very well think that eventuality is inevitable. Yet so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time, and will doubtless have valuable information to share. Well then, off we go. Should probably actually buy that weapon if I can find one for a cheap amount. Then part of the Relic Reborn stuff would be double. You can tell that we're playing at nearly 4 in the afternoon. Oh wait, yeah, no, it's not an A-Flight thing. It's not an A-Flight thing. We have to go this way. You can tell. Just because there's a lot of people around the A-Flight, which is good. But comparatively to when we've been playing at like 3 in the morning, where no one's around. It's just me. Alone. No. Why must I always be alone? Well, while I reave about that, Inwards we go to the correct place, not randomly trying to use the A for white. Millweeb! Us 5 gallant heroes are here to help you. Welcome, friends. I take it Tola has apprised you of the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our intelligence, the sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count the serpent weavers venturing as far as Farland to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's immediate return. Oh. Needless to say, I'm not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavour. But if, God forbid, our efforts should come to naught, I will then need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. I'll prepare the cowbolt with cheese on it. That's the reference to the thumbnail I made for that part when we did fight Titan. Lady of Nymphilia, I'm given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I'll only say that there is something I would see with my own eyes. So that's so. Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that said, let us speak of the operation. Chris, Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering sahagin movements within the Southwest spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operations staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Falkbrider has charge of the garrison. And that's who we'll have to go and talk to. And to give ourselves a head up on how many quests we'll be doing before we get to the Leviathan, we are at the Sea Wisers. There is 1, 2, 3 quests. Scouts in Distress, the Gift of Eternity, Into the Heart of the World, and then of course Lord of the World, which is the quest where we fight the Leviathan. So yeah, this is quite handy actually, just checking, because it's like there's a lot more quests overall when it comes to Realm Reborn, but that's just because of the 1 to 50 experience. You need to, on a game launch, have a lot more quests. And pardon me, because you've got to do that leveling experience. Anyway, what am I doing? I can just teleport. Actually, yeah, no, I'll just teleport. No, pardon me. Now, you might be thinking, Chris, shouldn't you be falling asleep at this point? No, definitely not. Let's just say my sleep pattern might start being a bit better soon. Hopefully. Maybe it won't be. Maybe I've now jinxed it, and next you'll see is me up at 2 in the morning, randomly leveling Rogue or something. Who knows? I hope not, because I've got things I've got to do tomorrow, so, you know. Falkbrider, Commander of this area. It's been expecting you, Scion of the 7th Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. Safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. And we get ourselves a necklace of healing. Lovely stuff. I think it's quite nice actually. Scouts in Distress. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoitre the Subster spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom have never faced a foe the likes of this before. It must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where the Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it's not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured all into Subster all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend to those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however, we can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. No, come on, I'm not going to kill over and die like that. Repair some right gear, because we do have a bit of gear that's taking a nice bit of damage there. And halls onwards! Once again, another quest where it's like, hey, heal these people. And it's like, but I'm a healer. I have cure. Let me use cure, damn it. Instead, it's use a potion. It's like, Dark Helmet's here. A passive look. Oh, look at it. It's got an helmet on. Oh. And people like to fight these things. How mean. See, if it was hostile, I'd be like, no, look how cute it is as it murders me. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Weavers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. We was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's tongue. I'm certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. Right. To the Serpent's Tongue, an area which we dreaded at an earlier point because we were trying to do a thing there. And there's usually a fate active, so... Speaking of a fate that's active in the area, it is indeed active. God damn it. However, we are a higher level than that, so we should just be able to just yep, they're dead. Well. Sucks to be them. But for us, that just means we need to kill these fuckers. A good bit of the stoning. Good old bit of the stoning. I get forced to watch Doctor Who yet a bloody again. Episodes don't go away to me. I wasn't actually paying attention for once. I saw the end bit where TARDIS turned red, and it's just like, oh, this is reminding me of Turn Left. Huh. Well, whatever the finale beholds will certainly be something. And you know what? I'm fine with some of the things Russell T Davies has done. I think people definitely overreact when it comes to anything Doctor Who related. And it's, you know, and it's just like, if you're pining for the days of season 1 with Eccleston or the Tennant stuff, we're never going to go back to the exact quality. We're not going to go back to those days. Not in terms of the, not necessarily in terms of quite a few things in the overall grand scheme of things. Just because it's been it's been 2 decades since that part of the revival. New Who's been around for 20 years now. There's no way it's going to remain the exact bloody same the entire time, and it certainly hasn't. We had Russell T Davies run the show for a while, Stephen Moffat ran it for a while, Chris Chibnall motioned in the direction of it, I guess. I don't know, I've never watched that stuff, so I can't actually go, oh, the 13th Doctor stuff was the absolute worst and everything was horrible, because I haven't watched it. It's one of those instances where it's like, was there good stuff in it? Possibly. I wouldn't be surprised that some of the people who were involved in the creation of anything 13th Doctor related, probably more on the actor side of things based on what I have heard, not doing a bad job, just suffers from subpar direction and writing. That could be it. I won't know. I need to go and watch it. Whereas with some of the bits of Nicholas Gatter's one as the Doctor, I've seen enough where I'm able to go, yeah, no, there's good stuff here. There's also bad stuff, don't get me wrong, it's a mixed quality, but, you know. You've returned! Thank the Navigator. When I learned you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Dead. Dear gods! These wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim! Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far! I dread to think what they may have become of the 2 who remained unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive. For that, I owe you my thanks. The price we pay was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalises the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. We'll take a price of the vein. And the gift of eternity. Oh, you know what? Being able to be around for all of eternity is probably not the funnest idea. Thrice damn fishback bastards! I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Melweeb? Minfilia? Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. 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 According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their foes have already begun to amass at the Aetherite in the depths of Sapsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready. We had better await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is likely to be met with fierce resistance. But we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetherite and eliminate the Sahagin priests presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. Yeah, true. And so our allies gather. The Maelstrom shall engage and destroy the Sahagins' legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault, and subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the self-same moment, a divisionary squadron formed of gallons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Chris and Shitola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defences, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwanted attention. Fair enough. Thancred and Gibby, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle round to join the infiltration unit of Shitola and Quest. When all has been set in motion, I myself should cut a path to the Aetherite, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as was agreed. Yeah, indeed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! Off we go to save the day. When last did we fight side by side, Quest? Too long ago, I warn. But come, let us away. Yeah, well, I did all the bloody fighting. You kind of just hanged around watching it ask you and keep an eye on the bloody fight. I'm so glad we'll get access to having our friends and allies and the Scions actually involved in dungeons. That was a nuisance thing. That's a nuisance thing in my opinion. Like, why couldn't we get their help? Oh wait, the story didn't require that because we had these things called real life friends to utilise. Or random strangers through roulettes and all that. But anyway, our first situation, go for the first checkpoint and deal with anyone that appears. Like these fuckers. Ooh, actually I'm gonna have to calculate this. Probably also murder the shelf rules, that's the job at hand. And then we will succeed at the murder of the murder. Yeah, we don't have to go through both those gates, thankfully. But hey, you know, we did a good job. Onwards to the next checkpoint, which is either this one here, this one here, or that one over there. We'll go for this one. Where there's some guards. You shall not pass. Oh, bully for them. We're going to try to anyway. And stand outside now. Summon reinforcements. I'm not saying any reinforcements. I'm saying my health down. Now I'm bound seeing the formula thing. I think yeah, that sort of thing. Ah, there we go. You will pay with your lives. Ooh, and the fate making waves is board. Yah, the wave. Up to something. He who speaks with a fire of his voice has come to the substance spawning grounds to see his lord resurrected. Suffice it to say, he cannot be allowed to sit here. slay him and send his ambitions sinking into grinding depths. So anyway, I have cause to make this. You know what? You know what? We are in the process of trying to stop Leviathan summoning. I say this is something that we should deal with. Come, my chocobo. Aggro the fucker. Yep. It just makes sense lore-wise for us to do this fight, to be honest. It's nice that it's spawned and all that, actually. Ooh, he has a healing spell. Not that it's going to matter in the grand scheme of things, as we've actually mostly done with fighting it. Real easy, actually. Right. And get some experience out of it. Right. And now for our last of the gates. Or, actually, that is legit what it's called. Sadly, because we have our Chocobo active, we do aggro this one. I have no idea if that's been picked up, but someone's doing something up there. Must be next door, because of how close it sounds to me. Man, these Axiols look quite like those mud puppies in Mordona. And Y'shtola, who's crouching down on the ground. Maybe we should have been standing side by side instead of one after the other. Pray do not concern yourself. 'Twas but a glancing blow. Come, the Everway is close at hand. Let us press on. And we get cut scened. We've made it. It's been standing like that for 5 hours. By God. Don't worry, us two healers are here to stop you. Well done.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Well, that ain't good. And a fish from above. Thank goodness for various daggers of the phone's variety. Thank you, Thancred.
Did I miss much?
Your timing is impeccable in this case. And Agiri utilizing rogue skills. I wonder if that will become a class or something.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans.
Wise words to have.
But seriously,
well, actually, wise
if I have
mental
to
note on
keep
that one.
up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
And Thancred now utilizing dual wielding in the rogue style. Hooray! I give that landing a 6. Actually, no, a 7. Show off. And that's how every TF2 spy thinks they look like when they're doing a trick stab.
To the Aetherite!
When they're not. But Thancred has the right idea of this. Let's get there before it's too late. A loading screen to put us closer to the Aetherite. Still in cutscene form. We should have come up with a better strategy, shouldn't have we? Like, I was literally anything other than a healer. Maybe this would have made sense, but... Hooray for the power of gun!
You'll forgive me my lateness.
Thank you, Melweeb. Dual-wielding flintlock pistols. Man, if only we could do that in the game. Suddenly, Mechanist is a one-handed gun affair. Two-handed gun affair, actually, for that matter, possibly. But, not much you can do on that one. Bravo!
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
And you did good, and you did well there, Thancred. Meanwhile, me and Yashtoda are just getting stabbed repeatedly by some additional fish that they weren't keeping an eye on. Could have been happening.
Have you
No, because it was
our
on screen.
water, tormented our kind. But no more. Your time is at an end.
And you're wearing a giant crab pincer on your head. Don't know how that makes you a priest, but...
You shall perish with salt in your
Well,
wounds
maybe it's a Kabuto.
and sea in your
Sure.
lungs.
The curse of salt water!
Hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
They're indeed trying to summon Leviathan right now. Why aren't we, like, stabbing them? Or throwing a bomb at them or something? And, my head. Okay, that explains it.
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
Well, Minfilia.
What?
How does... So, explain that then,
Such power.
Because it's not as good as you thought it'd be. Why didn't we do that sooner? Oh well. Bravo, Melweeb. More akin to what the Ashians do there, I would argue.
7 hells.
Got any more bullets?
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal.
As opposed to Invincible, as the vessel that they were controlling first did die.
Oh, mighty Leviathan.
We tried.
Of the seas, born of
Failing, but we were trying.
I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth.
Again, maybe we should try stopping them mid-sentence or something.
Die, damn you!
Maybe it just took that long for her to reload.
Foolish shorewalker, you cannot kill that which is eternal.
I think we can try. Although I don't think there's much more trying we can do. Shit.
Heavens forfend.
Damn it!
I have a good suggestion. Let's get the fuck out of here. Before it floods.
My being am the way. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal?
Mm-hmm.
Curse you, emissary. You promised me everlasting.
Just because you're able to move your soul into another vessel doesn't mean that you're immortal. But if there's no more vessels to possess. Or what if you're... Or maybe it's like an Aether energy thing, where it's just like, oh, your Aether can allow you to transfer yourself X amount of times. Or, you know, used up all your energy summoning Leviathan. Thankfully, it would appear that we have plot armor as Leviathan's choosing to leave us alone. Phew.
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates.
Well, there goes our navy.
Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage?
You know what? Let's just take it at face value. Well, you know what? Maybe we don't need to fight the Leviathan after all.
God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Damn it. Well, okay. Time for us to go and deal with the Leviathan then, I guess. Someone get me a boat. Or as the thumbnail now suggests, a platform for me to fall off of and drown. I did my best to represent the fight. Understand, I speak of no normal wall of water. That which the Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Oh. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements. If his last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? That's a good point. How would we? More healing gear, hooray! Into the heart of the world! Though our plight cries out for action, we must take fort. So long as the Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure. But Limeline herself would struggle to best the Lord of the World in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan. That much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. Alright, well, we'll head on back. And we can save a bit of money by grabbing a boat. So, yeah, let's go do that. Let's go grab a boat. To fail so successfully at that. Yeah, into the heart of the world. So that means we've got to do this, and then that's the Lord of the World quest to have gone to. I've gone back the way I came. So yes, this is something. And you know what, I'll be honest, I am feeling a bit tired. So that means this stream can very much end with us going through the Leviathan fight. I can heal it, still. Besides, it's just suppress Medica 2 to make sure people don't be dying horribly, and occasional stones at boss, I think. Well, okay, there's more to it than that, obviously. And then part 20 can be the next patch contents. Big evil boss fella. Somewhere on this map is the quest for there it is. Serious businesses from Serious. And it's all the levies because I haven't bothered doing them. Anyway, ferry skipper. I require to go to Limsa. Right. I'm going to do the sensible thing. I'm going to look for that weapon and see if we can get it. Market board. I forget what the symbol is. I specifically want to lower the level down to 50. This is so that we can have it at the ready. So it should be the Madman's Whispering Rod. Let's double check while I've got this stuff open. Relic. We would be having the it would be the virus one. It's either that or Stardust Wand. Yep, because it's unlocked stress to heal. Yeah, as part of the steps, we need a materia enhanced man's whispering ward, which there's a couple of we can get our hands on actually, as it is krypton materia. So yeah, simple enough. Some of the other stuff we'll have to do as we go through. So yeah, we'll grab one of these. There we go. So that will be for when we do the Relic Reborn. That will be its own thing. For now, that is also going to be better than what we had. So, best equip it. We have flowers on our stick of various hills. And look at how many people there are. You can tell it's the time of day when people have gotten off of school and work and whatnot. Just due to the amount of people that are just standing around. How do people do that all day? Just stand. Then again, maybe they're doing things like duty roulettes and whatnot. And then the people you see running around are the people that are legitimately doing quests. So you know. Let's head on into the command room. Might as well use the man's whispering ward while we've got it, as we'll be using it to get the relic. Who knows, maybe the weather might be worse, actually.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Hearthstone it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much
good.
damage.
They did a good job.
But when the
well, not just because they're solid, now ask how they
this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Not so good.
Aye. The thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystal stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his
it's not so
previous
good.
incarnation.
Damn it, of course we have to fight a stronger version. Ugh.
If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement.
Which would be
Even
bad.
Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it?
How are we to?
The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
Yet somehow 8 people using
read
standard
the reports,
weaponry
Master
somehow is
Banford.
going to do the job.
Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells. Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
So let's head to Costa del Sol and talk to them then. Or at least the ones that's there.
Admiral, if I may.
So they suggest us talking to that one twat by the mills. I'm gonna slap them.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself.
So we just removed the sea.
Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming.
So obviously what we need to do is we need to bring out of our Pokeball Primal Groudon, which then causes there to be a whole bunch of land. Leviathan therefore just dries up on the ground, flopping around like a big fish, and our day is done. Of course this will harm every single other fish in the ocean, and potentially ruin tons of ecosystems, but hey, you know what, maybe Team Magma had a point. Now, if anyone did believe that for even a second, you are idiots.
This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time.
It's wise
But
and
what
up
if
to
we
it.
could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of
Just like how we were able to get
crystals
through the
I'm
wind
told.
barrier of Garuda by using a corrupted crystal of wind. That actually would work out quite well, actually.
If mounted upon a ship,
Not a bad idea.
such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea
It's an
serpent.
idea.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's tempest, did he not?
Yep.
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works.
True.
Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses
It's
is
also
one thing.
a point worth
Suppressing
speaking.
Leviathan's attacks
The way we
is
used
quite
it on the
another.
Enterprise was so we could get through a barrier. This is different because
In
it
matters
wasn't
of
an
science,
attack per se.
I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a
Would it be any
veritable
different than to
mountain of
these
corrupted
beast tribes
crystals.
being like, let's gather crystals, crystals, crystals.
The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Do we have a ship?
May have not, Admiral,
No, okay.
but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his
I
plunder.
mean, that's an option.
By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
True. We don't
This
necessarily
here
have
did
the
this.
time to build a new one.
Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan.
Sounds easier said than done.
This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
Essentially, we're going to need a fleet at this weight. Oh well. We'll get it done somehow, magically. Don't know how. Don't know the exact
Suffice it to
specifics on
say,
it, but
the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
a willing meat shield for once. Okay, I joke a bit, but
Will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse.
literally, all we would need is one other NPC, and we could just 8-man this with NPCs. Like, sure, we lacking tanks, but
Assemble the remnants of the fleet at Moraby Bay.
you know, there's only so much that could be done.
Give
on that front.
priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait.
Huzzah!
Storm Marshal
An excellent
Slapperson,
idea has
command
been
of the operation is yours. I want
determined.
that twin vessel
Hooray.
ready to sail post haste.
At once, Admiral.
Good man.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast.
True.
The
Actually
fate
having
of
to, you know,
Linsolo
kill the
Minsa
thing.
rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
It shall be done, Millweeb. Me and my big wooden stick of greenery shall do the job. Anyways, Yagiri has something to say. Beings held as gods as exist in what you call the Far East. Or for us, the East. Or not even for them. Actually, for them, they might just even call it the Middle. And we're just the Far West to them. Legends tell us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling, and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Garlings feared them so. Charging through the door is a maelstrom. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judged that best that it be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. Oh, well. Useful. Well, the company of heroes? And of course, just Tola's body motion there. If it's that fucker. It tells you get hazy, Admiral. We've dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I am disinclined to put any store by the claim. And even should it be true, is, as Tola said, none save the company heroes have bested Leviathan. And we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us what that we do not already know? And yet, having wagered limbs of survival on 2 ships, some rope and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. Twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on this supposed Primal Slayer's claims. Chris, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. True enough, at least I'll be actively doing something. The man you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet, in Lower Nanosia. Some pirates set to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. Oh god. Lower Nanosia, that area. Ishtola. No, you're just talking about confronting the Lord of the World. It'd be easier for us to just use the A for white. Just because of positioning. Or do you even just walk out in Central and fly that way? Because that's the thing. This is nearer to Costa del Sol. Which would be so much easier to just go to if you wanted to talk to a member of the company, the heroes. Because 2 of those fuckers are in that part of Lunasia. Well, anyways, let's go. I can already imagine what this Dawn Pirate's gonna have to be doing. For as much things change, they all stay the bleeding same. I've heard rumours that the next Doctor in Doctor Who's meant to be Billy Piper, and I'm thinking, wait, what's the source on this? Oh, well, you see, there's this leaked bunch of images of advertising for Disney Plus, and it's like, okay, so there may or may not be Billy Piper's eyes. Ooh, that means it's 100% gonna happen. Ooh, like, we don't even know if that's the case. Like, we don't even know if there's gonna be even more Doctor Who at the moment, really, in terms of just how long it will take to produce. And yep, called it. Fucking Tactum. Fucking talking about Leviathan. Let's ignore potential people trying to ruin any fun people may have with Doctor Who, me included. Let's slap Tactum around. Now look here, you'll have your bloody story. Why have you carried those sacks of grain over to the mill? But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you, and before I mucked out the chocolate stables, and before I rolled that millstone over to the mill, and also before... Gods, man, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days! And do you hear me complaining? Bah, I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. Oh, I know, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be so known, Tactum ain't a generous soul. Now prick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself too, modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you kin. Tell of Tactum's epic victory over the dread primal Leviabetus. Now, the Leviabetus huge. Make no mistake, to give you an idea how big each of his scales is about as wide across as me members long. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. I highly call that into suspicion. I want to see proof of that. That's a lie. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Well, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots, but knowing to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhaps too modest. Now, there's some as say you can never truly beat a Leviabetus. Then you've got to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. Oh, go on. How did you actually defeat him? Ah! It's you! I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm chocobo dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in chocobo dung. Ew. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. Me member's tiny. It's pathetic. Hey, maybe you're a grower, not a shower. Well, thanks for wasting our time. I sure as hell didn't fight the fire beaters, but I have seen them with my own eyes. 'Twas a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's hand, was shirking me duties one day, loitering about the harbour, to the surprise of no one, when I saw it. A great big massive sea suburb some miles off the coast, with a flight of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I sworded myself right then and there. Oh God, just remembering that they made me soil myself all over again. Oh. Hey, wait, if you're here asking about the fire beaters, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't ye? Well, take care. He really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Hey, don't spoil how my thumbnail predicted the future. Why, you worthless lying whoreson! I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung! You go and clean your hands, Storm Pirate. Hello, Minfilia. This is Minfilia. Yep. Were you able to learn all to use against Leviathan? No, it was Tactrum. I beg your pardon? The fire beat us? I see, that is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The Twin vessel is now complete. We await you at the Morbay dry docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you're able. Well, this was filler. No, seriously, we didn't need this outside of comedy. But seriously, well. To be fair though, you couldn't really cut this quest out. If you were to cut a quest that was complete filler and had no needance of existence at any point in time, you couldn't. And there are a bunch of quests that were cut from When We're Born. Quite a few, actually. Some of which would have been in the next patch, actually, of what we're doing. So, you know, handy stuff. Anyway, it's 20 to 5, which means we should be able to get into Leviathan quite easily at this point, I would argue. Mainly just due to people doing GT roulettes and other people doing Leviathan and whatnot. And other mad people that do nothing but play Final Fantasy all day. So, and all our allies are here. Lovely stuff. Storm Marshal. I'm told your jaunt to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the Royal Eater, I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. Pardon me. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. Well, just by saying that, you are. The Wall Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word, and we shall bear you to Leviathan. And we immediately are able to say, accept the next quest, Lord of the Wood. I know that look. You are ready. Yes, so and in reality, there are 2 other quests before we're actually done with this patch. After we beat Leviathan, so we could do those as well. Or we could leave those for next time. Having been constructed in some haste, the Whole Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She has been fitted with what our friends at Naudic and Fine Melis are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. I smell mechanics. Or maybe that's just me. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Frankfurt and Shatola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it's to fulfill its purpose, your divisionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sabza, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Frankfurt and Shatola, if you would join the 3rd levy, and Lady Yagiri the 5th. But what words have I for the man who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go wearily. For the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments, and add a few words of my own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Crest. May the crystal bless and keep you. Yes, indeed. And we have accepted the quest of Worldita. Hard. Now accessible. It's not really going to be all too hard comparatively to a normal form, which doesn't exist. So, yeah. We select it, we join it. It's supposedly less than 5 minutes. We'll just stand on a log and have our umbrella out because, yeah. It's a raining time, we're in the rain. Let's do a little bit of a jig in the rain. Just clap a bunch in a tune. Waiting to do a thing. Guess I could hop on my phone for a minute because there's nothing we can really do at this point. I guess I could fly towards Wander's Palace, but yeah, that would require potential cutscenage. So what's going on Reddit, have we? What's that? Reformer doing stupid shit? Yeah, no shit on that one. Never find be like again. What the fuck they referencing? Yeah, sure. Soul woman that works at Fightful. Hangman is the ideal man. Yeah. Wasn't his gimmick for a long while basically just being an alcoholic shithead? Oh, but you see, he was a depressed alcoholic shithead, so therefore he was sympathetic. That was the ideal person to potentially be a world champion for the upteam title, the upteam title shot. God damn it, AEW. Wrong. Otis is the ideal man. That made me jump. Oh god. Now I am seeing wholesome shit posts on various communities and I'm just like, no, my instant portrait, I haven't sorted it out properly, fuck. Oh well. Behold, a ship. Behold the platform we're going to be on. And of course over there, behold the Leviathan. That direction, yes sir. Maybe it was the vibration on the desk that caused me to jump there. Oh, my shoulder's still feeling it at times. It's real annoying. You know, I'm beginning to think we shouldn't have fired cannons at it. This seemed like a better idea on paper, right? However, the cutscene only shows us. That is a concern. I hope people didn't leave thinking, oh god, it's just Leviathan. Yeah, I salute to you too. Have fun not dying, fuckers. Alright, strange stick with leaves on. Let's see if we can survive. Has evil eyes, therefore we know it's evil. I hope I did Leviathan justice in the thumbnail. I might have not, I'll admit. Someone said morning. What? Morning? Ooh, we've got ourselves 2 paladins! Sage, ninja, not rogue at this point, samurai, summoner, and thingy. We're being shielded a bunch, but I'm willing to make it. I was not paying attention to the things that were happening. We now have 2 things ongoing, the Leviathan's tail being one of them, and various mobs. Drink deep of the sea's bitter drought. Oh. Oh fuck, we're meant to be doing that. I'm an idiot. There I am, just being an idiot. Well, let's hope we did this correctly. So, this is a good setup for... You challenge me with trickery? Fools! Ow! Southern Qatar has now Leviathan is begun in earnest. Now that we've done that whole thing. I'll make sure that Nova 2 is actually kept. Level 50 duties. There's not much more to really say when it comes to how we go about it as a healer. I mean, tanks are even more simple. Due to the whole thing that we have to do on that. It's relatively simple in that sense. There we go. Easy enough. And that's the Leviathan. Hooray! Really hitting these bosses it's just basically Medical 2, which is really fun. Lots of GG thanks, and everyone's left before I can give a commendation to. So, someone said stay kawaii. We sense the presence of a powerful mark. Powerful mark, you say? That will mean that there's a very specific mob somewhere in the vicinity of this area. I do not know where. I could go flying around looking for it, but I'll probably not know where exactly this so-called mark would be, so we'll just head back to Limsa. We can fly back, save the money. But yeah, we've done it. We've beat Leviathan. Hooray! Then again, once again, it is worth pointing out that it is a one thing. We got hit by attacks that, in the extreme version, there wouldn't be wailings. We would be dead. And thankfully someone did activate the converter thingy, which meant we didn't get wiped. Hooray! And yeah, Tail was there as well. You can do attacks to it. And the various ads. But, quite simple fight actually. The DPS have more of a job to do with having to make sure to deal damage to the mobs. And of course, the other tank actually has something else to do than just not waste aggro stuff. And, Is there some kind of thing going on with the gold saucer? Maybe this well-informed defender has something to say about it. Do you love MGP? Then you best get yourself into the gold saucer and make the most of the 50% bonus rewards on offer during this season's limited time event. Don't mention it's only for a limited time. Oh, I guess we could head on over to the thing. Potentially. In the future. After we do this quest, because that's what we're doing. Actually, we're pretty much in the for the rest of this, actually, so yeah, we'll check that out. Alright, bullet hole. We'll put away the household now. We don't need it while we're indoors. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits. But today I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have had the honour of meeting a hero such as you. You're an inspiration to us all, sir. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Wink. I don't know if that was visible on my side of things, so wink. Yeah. Right, anyways. Into the command room! My friends, we did it! I did it! Me alone! There was no one else there helping me.
Ye Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed.
So it's a good thing that the sea doesn't swallow us all.
Still strive now. We owe in no small part to you.
Which sounds did a good thing.
Time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally.
Indeed. We've done good.
On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
You're welcome, Melweeb. Or Melwib.
'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution.
Indeed.
Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
I wonder if there might be a
Before I
connection
set
there.
foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world
Stuff that you have
and
to
the
learn.
boundless potential of a man.
Good on you,
Though I
Yagami.
am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people
The ability to dual wield.
I would be pleased to
Such a bizarre thing.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
We saw those flips you did.
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own. Though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
That's because he wielded one sword with that, which therefore would make him not a rogue.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
I realize that if you're playing as a woman, it's basically the girls in Thancred go off on a venture, and well, I guess
Though you may
that doesn't
labour
count
to
in that
believe
sense.
it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
How dastardly.
You stole her! You jest, of course.
Why, the amount of times he had handcuffs on his wrist. Oof.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left
Man, are we just trying to kill Thancred out of cringe?
Or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
So he went to the Gladiators Guild. Got it.
Eorzea, please!
Oh, it's fun bullying Thancred. Ho 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 ho. Oh.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Tomb.
Indeed they have.
Mordona is many things, but a place of refuge it is not.
Oh, most certainly not. But it's where they had to go.
Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We've got some moldy bread and 1 fish.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment.
When did they actually
I shall
make
set about
Yagiri's
sharing my
head
martial
model?
knowledge with your people
I ponder.
at once.
Because I don't remember when Yagiri demasks. Is it at any point in the patch content of When We're Born, or do we have to wait until Heaven's Ward? That's my only ponderance, because Yagiri's definitely demasked at by Heaven, definitely at some point in Heaven's Sword, because he's completely unmasked the entire time throughout Stormblood, if memory serves.
You wished a word in private.
Yeah, Ishtola wants to talk to her alone. But Yagiri's here anyway, so good luck on that one.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation.
I was only joking on my idea to do with Primal Groudon, but it seems like territory is a needed thing.
It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
Fair.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence.
Yeah, to an extent.
Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say.
Sadly, some human beings in the real world have grabbed the wrong end of that stick.
But we have as much right to live and thrive
It's
as
not
they.
something that really should be
If
a
our own
kink, but
survival
hey, you
is
know.
threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty.
I'm with Melweeb on the sense of that Sahagin priest shooting him. Probably a really good idea, to be fair. He was, in the process of summoning Leviathan. Killing any fish, killing any Sahagin you happen to see on any random given day in the middle of nowhere, probably a lot less justifiable. And Y'shtola's reasoning is more sound on that one, because at the end of the day, they are living beings.
Stay the course then.
Some religions in the real world do teach us that all life has value, and it's the evil men that choose to forsake that. Pardon me. I think my gastrix is acting a little bit. And Yagiri watched the whole thing happen.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us.
True.
When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
I love me a chaos wep. But that is Lord of the World, done and dusted. And we get plopped in part of the lower decks, and we get some balls of durability drought. When Yagiri met the fraternity, we might keep that on its own accord. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yagiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous Horian man there. Send the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I am obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of Laminzan society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and are united by a strong bond stronger than menfolk. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But here is the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Because, let's face it, with the weapon thing, this is item level 55. We were wielding an item level 70. This is actually weaker in some senses. Huh. Well, the more you know. But yes, onwards to an inconspicuous man. What makes them inconspicuous? Well, the man part probably gives it away a little bit, but hey, you know, no need to forsake an entire gender just because it happens to be inconspicuous. But it is this way that we must go. I still have 8 titles. I just realised I have not used a title ever. No, I just got Gambler. Damn it! Come on, me. I can get to having other titles at some point. Got business with me, Ventura? Yes, this letter. You just got a letter. You just got a letter. You just got a letter. I know exactly who it's from. So you're the man the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Frankfurt too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eaten grin. But what with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I expect he's got his hands full. And Yugiri. Ah, and you must be the Far Easterner what Melweep says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, milady. I am Yagiri of Doma. 'Tis an honour to make your acquaintance. Must confess, when I first learned of your organisation, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's a city of pirates. To be sure, then, pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you've developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose. I see. Know that the practitioners of my art too are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Then what in the 7 hells are we waiting for? If you come with us, you Gary of do-what's-it, we can get acquainted in more private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? Can I backhand him, or should you? Master Chris, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honour to welcome you as a student. Indeed, when that patch occurs, then Rogue would be available to us before that anyway, because they were smart in making the requirements just be, get class to level 10, do that level 10 quest to unlock the armory, you're done. Obviously, if you choose to start in Gridania or Oldar, you're going to have to wait until you've got access to them, and, oh, that's a devilish smile. Through the Maelstrom, much and more has occurred since I first beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envision being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I have needs to fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, warrior of light. And this quest is a real simple one. We just gotta go back to the Rising Stones. So, you know, and it's a good starting point. And then we can maybe do something else next time other than carrying on the patch content. Just, you know. Okay, so since we're here, I might as well open it. And it's us an Omniwad, which is better than the Madman's for Spring Ward. So we have that in my inventory, and no, it's all swelled up and dead. But it's got a nice bit of handle to it, you know? I like the wood parts of it. It does a good job. Well, that person's got a nice purpley bird. Well, that's quite cool, actually. Well, anyway, into the Rising Stones. Hosen is already talking to Tatara about those things. The Rising Stones. What a peculiar name for a sanctuary. Indeed it is. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Rising Stones. For your cooperation, we hope to grow rich and transform this place into the piling gold. Teehee. Oh, Chris, forgive me. I must see to the domain's needs. Fair enough. Gaharu looks at a book with Shistola. What if you wanted to solve a problem that's already happened, like the Garlands destroying Doma? I shall go looking forward in time at looking at Stormblood to see how we achieve that. I don't know. History is our friend, young one. The answers to the problems of the present are often to be found within the past. We need but seek them out. And that's probably in response to that. And two of them are talking to Calderat. Okay. And Vagra's talking to Philemon. Fair enough. Yozen's up on a box. Yozen, don't hurt yourself. You think this is impressive? In Doma, we train to one in the treetops. Assuming Palmo. Yeah. What the seven hells are you doing up there? Get down here before you fall and break your neck. Now, Palmo. This isn't final destination. We should be fine. I trip and somehow get shot by a nail gun. Oh, Boulder's just talking to armor. Well, I think he's gone mad. Yido, you've broken one too many times. I probably need to call someone of authority. Anyways. Minfilia! I'm done stalling. I need to enter the solar. There's Minfilia. More cutscenes! Hurrah! Though to be fair, this is the end of the current patch content that we are doing. The next patch content stuff is its separate part. That will be 2.3. This is 2.2.
If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you.
No,
please, bear with me.
Let's see what Minfilia thinks about how things went down.
When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo, though I cannot well explain the how of it. It would seem he became immortal in so doing.
Nah, more eternal, less immortal.
When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form.
Similar to how the Ashians work, right?
Thus transfigured,
because it seemed rather that he did a good job there.
His minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove.
Well, I mean, I gotta be honest, sometimes when you've got a glove you just really, really like to wear, sometimes you just be like, Actually, that metaphor is quite a nice one to say, actually. Although, in this way...
Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul.
Right now.
But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our form.
Maybe that's how those Fantasias work, then. we're essentially giving up this vessel and making a new one.
It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion.
Which means we need to take his words seriously.
Though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means...
Which doesn't mean immortality then, or rather being invincible.
As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan.
That was probably his Aether being absorbed then, most likely, by that logic.
And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. It's like a card in Magic the Gathering that has indestructible on the card. That doesn't mean that you can't be gotten rid of it, because there are plenty of ways to do that. Just because it says indestructible, or say for your Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there, cards that say, oh, this card can't be destroyed by targeting effects, they can still be destroyed, just not by things that specifically target.
it's the way that words work. Those with English degrees can explain that better.
There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale. Yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the echo?
This theory isn't the worst thing ever, actually.
Much and more remains unknown,
speaks
but
sensibly.
I am confident that all will become clear in time.
Well, we're sure
For
to
the
probably
present,
find out more about
what
it in the
matters
future.
is that the key to defeating the Asians may at last be within sight.
We can only hope.
With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
We can only hope. Ah, Urianger, speak of the devil.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Well, we saw him running in,
Grave
so...
tidings from the Charlian motherland, my lady.
Ah, Charlaland. Insert someone spoiling Endwalker to me. I don't know.
It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
They've become bold Decians. No! Lost all their hair they
What of
did.
them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
Ah. Now that ain't good.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
Damn you, space controlling Ion, first Corellia Fortress, now this! When will it end?
'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
Ah, that is definitely not good. Considering we needed
Well
Heidelin to
deserved.
be able to survive it. Well, I guess that's all we'll hear about the students of Baldessian for the rest of the time now. Meanwhile, in Odar, Walben and the Syndicate talk.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
Trilogy choosing to remain in his seat. Change of lighting.
It is done, my lord. I... Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Okay, so Trilogy's definitely 100% evil at this point. Though, to be fair, the Syndicate's basically just a bunch of capitalists, in my opinion, so I'm not surprised in the slightest. Anyway, let's go for some gloom earrings, and that's Through the Maelstrom. The Great Defied is the next quest, which... Oh, look, it's Alphino. It was actually strangely missing for a while, actually. That's good. Having some time away from Alphino is always a nice thing to have. 6.8% of people on Xbox have gotten Through the Maelstrom, so, okay, not too much of a decrease, but I feel like that decrease is going to be more and more as we get through this. Or people are just taking their time like I am, and in which case that explains a lot, actually. So, yes, that's that for this time. Next time, in terms of patch content, we'll be doing the next patch, which includes highlights such as the first quest, which is called The Great Divide. I can probably be seeing some Blinking Benjamin as we start the next part. But of course, there is a trial in amongst it all of Levin and Oppression, which is the quest for the Striking Tree. Meaning we'll be facing Ramu. Yeah, that's it. No, Ramu. Because lightning and all that. So I think the most obvious one there we'll be seeing is me getting electrocuted, which will always be fun. Patch 2.4 might end up getting split into like 2 parts, because that has Snowcloak and the Amphitheater in amongst a bunch of quests. And then 2.5 will be the patch where we'll have to actively do the primal quests, which has both a dungeon and a trial, and then 2.55, which is the last lot of quests, which actually don't contain any trials or dungeons because they turned the bridge battle into a single player duty. So, you know, does require us to have done Crystal Tower. So I might even adjust the thumbnail for the next time because I've already drawn it. For it to be part 20, because we might actually do the Well Reborn stuff. I've got the WOD now. We'll see how much of it we can do, possibly, and then go from there. But yep, I've got that up so I can see. But that also requires us doing the primal fights, so it's worthwhile to do that at the same time. We'll have to do it. So, and also some other stuff. Oh yeah, we also have to do Ampabor. There's a lot to do on that, actually. So, yeah. That's a relic. So, that will be next time as well, potentially. So, yeah. This is actually the best time to just put an end to this for now, because I am tired. My sleep schedule's fucked still, potentially, because I might just press the end stop stream button and just go blimp. So, if you like what you see, you can always check out the other stuff on the channel. And, hey, if you like enough of it, you could always subscribe. Yeah. Until next time, though, I'll see you all